Good morning, everybody. It is November 11th, Armistice Day. French banks, Canadian banks, and U.S. banks are closed. This will impact the volumes. The volumes are down quite a bit from where they normally are overnight. So this usually leads to pretty quiet trading. The Treasury Okay, testing. Can anybody hear me? Testing. Well, my goodness. The electronic Grinches or gremlins strike once again. It's always something in trading. It is one little piece of information or something that you'd like to have. And while the Internet gives us absolutely fabulous and wonderful capabilities that you sure as hell didn't have back in the days of open outcry, it does come with some problems. So anyway, I apologize for that. Today, France's, Canada's, and the United States banks are closed. Our cash treasury market is closed. This usually makes for extremely quiet trading. The overnight news was limited to Japan's consumer confidence and economy watchers sentiment were much lower than forecast. There are rumblings coming out of Japan that people don't like Abenomics, and it just exacerbates or makes stagflation worse. And who gets hammered? The middle class. The poor people are taken care of through government programs, which is we're going as fast as we can to make sure that's what we get in the United States. The middle class is squeezed because they can't earn interest, especially when they retire on their assets. And the wealthy do just fine through stock market and real estate holdings. And the ability to protect themselves as they best see fit by investing in other economies around the globe or precious metals or whatever they think will save them. But the middle class is the one that gets squeezed and the one that everybody is after to pay for government programs when you get right down to it. That's where the money is. So we left yesterday's market wanting to sell failure to take out 12 to 16. I think that's still reasonable today. We've got a P. I'd like to sell 11s to 15s. Structurally, the trade may come at 8. You've got this London high right here at 9. So we'll put a question mark at 8. Sell 1. And then 19s to 23s for sell 2. There is no news today to drive the trading. The low is 2. The 2-letter ledge is at 3. So we'll buy 31s to 3s. And then 21s to 25s. It's hard for me to see the market really breaking and getting down that way, but we do have decreased volume. We have decreased buffering. The large players won't be there protecting their transactions in the cash markets. So we either have a dead day with absolutely nothing going on, or you get volatility spikes on today's with today's conditions. So we'll look for a very, very quiet day in Treasuries and the note and the 30-year. Boy, it is really cold here. When I went to the gym yesterday, went in, it was 74 degrees. I was in the gym from 4:30, came out about 6:30. It was 43 degrees when I took the dog out about 9 last night for a walk. It was 30 degrees, and wind was blowing 30, gusts to 48. Henry thought he'd died and gone to heaven. It was fun for him, but I actually had to break out a parka and button up to make the walk with Henry, so it was a good time. But I'm always amazed at how people think they can control Mother Nature. I mean, think of the size fan it takes to blow the winds at 30 miles an hour across 1,000 miles. I mean, it's just, there's no fan that we could build or design on the face of the earth that would be able to do that. It's just not there. And we think that we can do it. Yeah, it should be nice in the east. I know the Midway. It's coming your way, though, Sandy. When I go back and look at the glacier maps, 15,000 years ago, Manhattan was 2 miles under ice. And when you look at the footprint of what they've named the polar vortex, it's exactly the footprint of where the glaciers were. And I can believe it, the way the wind's blowing and howling here. Okay, we went into yesterday's market on the 30-year wanting to sell failure to take out 4 to 8, same situation. The high is 2, we're at 25. 31 to 03 will be sell 1. 7 to 11, sell 2. On the buy side, we had hoped last night to buy, it doesn't make sense, 21s to 25s, and we got down to 17. So I think we might go a little lower this morning. So we're going to make 17s to 21s, buy one, but hoping for 7. Actually, let's not do that. Let's make it 13s to 17s. We'll put a question mark by 2021. Try to buy on the cheap. Okay, structurally right here, buy at 22 because it's a high volume number, should work, but we'll try to be a little cheap right here on the idea that the E-mini is going to trade higher than 5 to 9 for buy 2. Might be getting a little cute with that order. Okay, the world leaders are meeting in China, and there was a picture taken where Russia and China were in the center, and Obama was pushed off to the side. And it really shows the way Russia and China feel about the United States right now. That's not a good thing. To have fallen so low so quickly, where nobody believes you, nobody believes that you're going to do anything else but duck and run and give speeches. And so very, very disrespectful, very, very humiliating for the United States. But probably, I mean, everybody understands how this can happen. But like I said, it's not a good thing. But he worked hard to put himself in that situation, and he's reaped the reward. I mean, he's reaping what he has sown. Okay, looking at gold last night, we were hoping to buy the 45 area, plus or minus, right down here. That was a pretty good call. Our sell was 53 to 55, right up in here, and we just touched above that briefly in T period. So you had in yesterday's markets, you had plenty of time to get on that trade in the 53 to 55 area, and we did trade down to just above 45. So I'm going to leave. We'll make it 55, 57, sell one, and we'll go back to our 59, 61. On the buy side, London's low is 46, so we'll make 45, 47, buy one, and then 40 plus or minus one for buy two. So good calls in the financials, good calls in gold for where to be a buyer and seller last night. The overnight markets are very, very slow to develop and very, very slow to move. But for a beginning trader or for somebody that likes their sleep, if you want to trade London time, is fabulous opportunities for us because structurally our stuff works in the overnight markets. And if there's not a major piece of news that hits the market and you're protected by your stops, in that case, you usually wake up with a pretty big smile on your face. And like I said, if wrong, you're protected by stops. And in gold and currencies and crude oil, there's a lot of liquidity in the overnight market, so you don't have to worry about being able to fill. Okay, looking at the euro, we wanted to sell 40s to 50s last night. And the high looks like it's, what, 45, 43, 45. So we'll make that the same today, 40 to 50. And then that'll pull us right in these single prints up here, holding the market. But notice how volume right here will pull the market right to it. And this is volume most recent in the market's memory. It's the attractor. And our number 2 sell would have been have a resting limit sell at 41.42. And in C period last night, about an hour and a half past midnight, that's when it filled. So actually the F is midnight, so it would have been about an hour and a half before midnight. Second sell will be in the 60 to 70 area. Buy side's pretty interesting with the bank closings right now. So the overnight session lows 24 will make 24, 24.10 buy one. And our buy last night in the euro was 124 even plus or minus. So really, really great trading information last night if you were able to take advantage of it. Those of you that trade London time, I'm telling you, you have just a fabulous opportunities trading the overnight market if you can trade London time. I mean, it's slow trading. It's not as quick as you'd like, but if you can put trades on and disappear for a while, again, you're a pretty happy camper most of the time. The overnight markets trade technically. You're up against the professional trading class, the bank, market-making desk, etc., the large brokerage firms. They know where support and resistance are. They lean against it. And if no major news hits in the overnight session, you look pretty smart. That's something that you can take advantage of. Okay, crude oil hit its low in London in the 76, looks like it got stops below 76.50. And we had a buy of 76.75 to 77. So you had an hour right here, hour and a half to put that trade on. We missed the buy, so we'll make 76.50 to 75 buy 1. 76 even a quarter for buy 2. Looks like the market's going to try to trade up right now. We'll make 77, 75, 78 sell 1, and 8 and a quarter, 8.50 for sell 2. Still no confirmation that the guy that heads up ISIS is dead. Everybody says he's wounded at least. I know he's disappointed that he hasn't made it to the pearly gates yet, but we'll keep trying, or hope we do. Okay, the E-mini is going to be our big market. The E-mini is trading higher. We like the long side of the market. We will continue to do so, not particularly from fundamental reasons. It's just the fact that this thing's going to trade higher based on central bank support around the globe. And that's not going to change. I mean, it's the one thing everybody can point to keep their populations at rest. You know, the stock market's up. Good times are just around the corner. Just hang on for a little bit more. So the easiest trade, once again, to see is going to be failure to take out 2040. I think we get through 2040, even with quiet trading, the next stop is 50. So we're going to sell failure to take out 40 plus or minus. The buy side, last rotate down in Asia stopped at 33. We're at 37. They make us pay up to get long early in the session to test whatever the high is. So buy one's going to be 35 plus or minus. Like this area right in here a lot. 30, 32 is where I'd like to get long, but may not be able to. And then the second sell will be 40, 46. We either deal with a very, very quiet day with very little in the way of volatility, or we get volatility spikes. So you have to protect yourself. You can't be complacent in trading in these situations because you can get your head handed to you. And we don't like that. Okay, it'll take about 15 minutes to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy. We'll see you as soon as I can. Back in a few.